Oh, we back in business, baby. What is up, y'all? Welcome, Fragrance Familia, to the Johnny Scent Show. Yes, sir. It has been a minute. I haven't been here, but I'm here today. I'm glad to be here. And today we are going to talk about some fragrances. Yes, we are going to unbox a fragrance that I had to unwrap, you know, and I did put it on, I ain't gonna lie. But this Gentleman's Code by Reisiger Parfums. And we are also going to talk about Summer Vibes, the aromatics. There's going to be a few of his bottles, his collection, indies, some minis, and we'll go through those as well. But yes, let me go ahead and set up my Alrighty, you guys know how it do and how we do it, man. If you guys here on a Monday, you already know we survived the weekend, man. The weekend was a little bit difficult for me. I was a little sick on Friday. Absolutely ridiculous, you guys. But y'all already know, man. If y'all made it here on Monday, you got this. You motherfucking got this. Yes, sir, you got this. Alrighty, guys. So let's go get straight into it. In today's video, we are going to unbox some fragrances, and we are going to start off with the Gentleman's Code by Reisiger Parfums. Now, if you guys don't know, this was actually made by Curly Fragrances. We'll go ahead and put her up on the screen later. She is a person who is pretty deep within the whole fragrance community. Okay, let's actually go ahead and look her up real quick, just so you guys know who I'm talking about. But yes, this beautiful lady right here, you guys go ahead and give her a shout out, give her a like, follow, all that good stuff. Yeah, so she's pretty popular within the fragrance community. She's made a couple fragrances already. And today we are going to discuss Gentleman's Code. We're going to check out the Gentleman's Code by Reisiger Parfums. Okay, so this is an extrait de parfum. Like I said, I had to unravel and I had to spray it in the air just because I just had to. You guys know the feeling, right? When you just get a fragrance and you just get the itch and you just have to. I couldn't even wait on camera. But a cool thing off rip that I liked about this fragrance is this magnetic cap. It's absolutely crazy. You guys hear it, it's absolutely loud, it snaps, it's good material, good quality. I can wiggle it around and it seems like it still kind of holds in place. Definitely don't play with it too much, but that's pretty good. You're gonna get some nice little details around there. Reisiger, the Gentleman's Code. Y'all see all that good stuff. Extrait de parfum, it says right here in the bottom. Okay, in this fragrance, pressurized. You know how she likes her pressurized atomizers. Whew. I might have sprayed too much because off rip, strong. It hits you straight in the nose. You get vanilla, ambroxan, because she loves ambroxan, and she says that she put two types of ambroxan in there, and you can definitely smell something that really punches your nose. It just just uppercuts that. Okay, and then vanilla, nice, good quality vanilla. You get a little bit of sweetness going on here in the air. Probably some citruses. But overall, You smell vanilla and you hear vanilla and you're like, oh man, another vanilla. And that's kind of how I felt off of first impressions, to be honest with you. But also, to be honest with you, it's a little bit different. I don't know exactly what's in here. Think vanilla made in a little bit more tropical vibe, in the sense of not tropical like fruits, but you get like a nice, like, kind of orangey smoothie with vanilla. Okay. And it's just a really delectable, nice, fresh type of scent profile here. I think it's very mass appealing compared to, the other one that I have from her, the Attraction Fatale, which is another great date night type of fragrance. I would say that this one's a little bit more wearable. This one's a little bit probably more mass appealing. A lot of vanilla, probably just like Attraction Fatale also has some vanilla. Really good vanilla quality wise. Everything's good here. But I would just say that, yeah, um, niche type of quality, okay, niche type of scent profile made super mass appealing. It's just a really likable scent, to be honest. Nothing too crazy, nothing to rave about. I would definitely give it like a solid 8 out of 10 for sure off rip. I would even boost it up to like an 8.5, just because I did wear it today, and as it dries down and everything, it does get a little bit better. It's just a really enjoyable scent through and through, which sometimes is a little bit difficult with fragrances. Sometimes in the beginning it's a little bit rough, and in the end it smells absolutely great, and vice versa. Might smell really good in the beginning, really bad in the end. This fragrance is going to smell good through and through. Pretty like it, very enjoyable, like I said. That's pretty much what I got to say about the Gentleman's Code by Reisiger Parfums. Definitely a solid fragrance. Not too mad about it. Definitely gonna put it right here with the other one. Yeah. Okay. And moving along, let's go ahead and talk about French Avenue and Aromatics collaboration. So in this video, we are actually going to talk about Summer Vibes by Aromatics, a crazy collection. As you guys see right here in the back, I already have two of them. These are two that just instantly gravitated me, just listening to the hype. Just honestly, the bottles going crazy, especially the magnetic one. And this one, this little collection right here, is actually gonna have those two. And as you guys see, you're gonna have some other ones here as well. In the back, it's gonna tell you what it has: magnetic, frostbite, tease me, forbidden fruit, and sun kissed. Okay. And again, let's look at this collection. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely insane. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This friend brought me this, okay, and I haven't smelled these three fragrances right here. As you guys see in the back, I already have magnetic and the frostbite. Great fragrances, freshies for sure. Definitely worth at least sampling. These three really had my curiosity, and I'm gonna talk right here a little bit of my first impressions, aka kind of wearing experiences with them. I will say, boom. Let's start off with Forbidden Fruit. Forbidden Fruit goes nuts. Now, what I like about this is that they're really nice and small, but they're still really cool. Definitely a really cool looking bottle. It's crazy. I'm not really gonna spray because this shirt I actually sprayed it on yesterday like 3 times, somewhere in like the earlier mid afternoon, probably like 6 p.m. yesterday. And when I put on this shirt earlier, I could still get like a faint whiff of what it has. So take that with a grain of salt. I would say that the longevity here and everything is pretty decent. Now, out of all five of these, I don't know, man. I'll probably put this in like 4 or 5, to be honest with you. It's not that bad. I definitely get like a really candied, sweet, almost gummy bear, bubble gummy, but more gummy bear type of vibe going on here, which is not too bad. But the ambers here, I would say, are also boosted up, which in the beginning I was like, like it's not bad. I feel like there's some benzoin vanilla in there. We could probably peep the notes here in a sec, but like, I don't know. But as it dries down, it definitely starts getting better. And I feel like with me and ambers, that's just usually how it goes. As it dries down, those ambers really start like, I don't know, just really getting into the mix and they really start turning out a little bit better. But this was straight. I'll give this one like a solid 7 for sure. My scent of the day is Frostbite. Shout out to Johnny RG4, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Frostbite as well. Frostbite has been sold out. It's absolutely nuts, bruh. I'm just absolutely glad that I have a local Middle Eastern store that they just kind of opened up that really be having a lot of hyped fragrances that I've been able to sniff before I can even buy. Which, if you guys have one or try to have one, find one, let me know if you guys don't have one and we can see if we can try to make something happen. Because, man, I feel like everywhere we need to have more of that stuff because blind buying some of these fragrances, you already know, sometimes be dead. But Frostbite is gas. You already know. Definitely give that like an 8.5. It's different. I don't have any blueberry fragrance, and that definitely has blueberry, mango. Just if you guys haven't sniffed it yet, definitely get your nose on it. But yeah, definitely better than Frostbite. Frostbite is definitely better than Forbidden Fruit. Okay, Forbidden Fruit, I give a 7. Right, Frostbite, I would give an 8.5. Has mangoes, blueberry, very tropically, but I feel like those lavender and those little floral notes are also pretty heavy in there. So it really gives in like a nice barber shoppy, masculine, just lavender just always kind of works. And the woods here and whatnot just really just kind of work out. I would say when I first smelt this, definitely gave me the whole Jasada ambassador vibe for sure. I've sampled that. Gone. Gone. And I really like it. Jasada to me was pretty much like a mango Dior Sauvage. That's what I heard, and I don't know, call it placebo or whatever. But that's pretty much what I got from it, and that's kind of what you get from here. But I would say that the blueberry note does make it a little bit different. And yeah, hella Gucci, super good, not bad. I really like the Jasada, so I don't mind that at all. I'm not really gonna care so much for the Jasada anymore, just because I got the frostbite. That kind of says a little something. But you guys might hate me or whatnot, but this magnetic is really tough. I really put up there with frostbite, and I dare say sometimes I feel like it's kind of better. And I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, give me a sec. Let me cook. Magnetic. Besides the name, cool. Frostbite, cool. I really thought no, it does give the frostbite effect. Just because women really do like it, my girl absolutely goes damn near feral for that fragrance. So definitely get your nose on it, sample it if you're around girls or if you're going out to a club or to a bar or whatever, just around females. Just peep, just peep. But magnetic, in my opinion, okay, it is a little bit more niche. Might not be for everybody. I will definitely say it's a little bit more screechy in the beginning, whether it be the orange blossom or the citruses or both just being boosted up to the max. When I first got this, it gave me instantly this vibe, this Fragrance World Pride Marine, which pretty much smells like Luna Rosa's Ocean. So I got some of that vibe with Reflection Man because I definitely sampled that before, and I do recall that like upscale white floral type of vibe. Okay, so you get some of that, and of course some YSL because of the orange blossom boosted up. But this fragrance definitely works really well, and like I say, when I wear it, you really get that Reflection Man vibe. I really do enjoy. This makes me, because of that Luna Rosa Ocean and the YSL, really balances out that reflection, man. So as it dries down and whatnot, I really do enjoy the upscaledness that this makes me feel. This is like a great everyday, anywhere, anytime type of freshie. This is like the freshie that just feels a little bit more like, damn, I feel like I'm wearing Givenchy white shirt. You know what I mean? Like Prada or something. That's kind of how I feel with this one right here. So I'll give that one. If I gave Frostbite 8.5, I'll just give Magnetic like max like a 8.8. Now these two are pretty curious. This one in particular teased me. You see the sprayers? The sprayers are pretty regular, nothing crazy. I pretty much get like a heavy tea from imagination type of vibe. And I only say that in particular, even though I haven't smelled imagination, so don't hate me. Obviously, the quality is not going to be the same, which is probably why I'm tripping. But I say that because I have Marwa. And Marwa is supposed to be like a really good 90% close to imagination, right? So I really do get that. I'm not gonna lie, there's something in there that just makes it a little bit more sexier than Marwa. Marwa is like frostbite, okay? Um, great every day, anywhere at the gym. Doesn't matter where you go. These two pretty much give the very similar vibe. This one, in my opinion, compared to Imagination or Marwa, you could say, gives in like a little bit more sexier vibe. Okay, so if you're trying to be a little bit more seductive with the imagination, I think because there's some cardamom or something in here, that's pretty much what it do, and that's what it does. So I do like it. Do I like it more than Marwa? Hmm. As I smell it in the air, I'ma have to say yeah. But Marwa, the performance and the quality is really good. I would say tease me that ginger is a little bit not super as abrasive as it is with Marwa. Marwa's ginger is like every time I spray that thing, it just fucking hits me in the nose. That's just how it feels. But obviously the performance is gonna be more stronger, right? So that's pretty much what it is. So I'll give that and the whole imagination scent profile like a 7.8. You know, it's good, really not bad, really pushes up to like an 8.2 in my opinion, but nothing like super crazy. It's like magnetic. It just makes Luna Rosa Ocean, and it makes like YSL myself like even just a little bit more upscale. That's pretty much how I feel about like the imagination. It's just like another freshie, but it feels more upscale. And probably even to some a little bit more likable than magnetic or the whole reflection man background that it may have. So tease me. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you like as I keep getting like little whiffs in the air from the fragrance, I'm like I slick kind of want to spray some on me. Scent of the day today is Gentleman's Code Parfum by Reisiger Parfums. Shout out to Curly Fragrances. We was just talking about her a little bit earlier with a little cute ass. You already know. So I just spent a whole lot of bread on where that where that though. Yo, am I really tripping? I might be tripping, yo. Hey, but shout out to Diego Torres. What's up, Johnny, bruh? It's been a minute, man. I'm glad that I'm back online, back on live here with you guys. You already know if you survived the weekend, if you're here today with me, you got this. You motherfucking got this. Mondays always suck. Work sucked today, but we still made it here today. Not trying to make any excuses. Trying to hang out with the gang. Trying to hang out with the team. The Fragrance team. You already know how it do. Fragrance Familia. Shout out to Diego. He put me on. It was the Prisma brand, right? Bro, I gave it to one of my homies because he liked it so much. So he's going to go check it out. He's most likely going to get Zircon. Shout out to Zircon and the whole Prisma brand. Good stuff. Yes, shout out to this t-shirt. You already know Dragon Ball Z, baby. Dragon Ball Z. Yes, sir. Good shirt. This shirt's been through a lot of things. We ain't gonna talk about that. Son of the day today is Terre de Mez Intense Vetiver. You already know. I love Terre de Hermes is one of the ones for me. I have the EDT and I really do enjoy the EDT. I think I smelled the other one with citron in it. I don't remember. I don't think it was that intense one. But off rip, it was just a little too strong. I probably should have gave it another chance. But regardless, the Terre de Mer's scent profile in general, gas. I love it, man. Makes me feel like I'm getting money. Cha-ching. I got that old money. Hey, shout out to you, the man 69. Ma says she likes Channel Cinco, bro. Should I cop Chanel Cinco? Chanel Cinco. I don't know, man. For Ma, Auntie, yeah, Auntie, that might be a thing for her. If that's what she likes, that's what she likes. So if that's what she wants, I would say, bro, just go ahead and get it to her. I would say go ahead and smell some other female fragrances and maybe even get her like a little sample, get her a little sample and maybe you might even get something that she likes even more, right? Where she's gonna be like, dang, like my son got like more game than me. Like he really out here making me smell good. I thought I knew what I like, but nah, he knows. And that being said, I would probably say like Prada Paradox, I think it's called. I think that's something that she'll like. And there's some other stuff too, for sure. Yes, Prisma is fire. You already know, gang. You already know. I just ordered a bottle of Vetiver Sensual by Mancera and debating to get red tobacco or oud vanille. Dang, this man going crazy, y'all. This man going crazy. I don't even know. We could probably get into that later, but Vetiver Sensual, I think that was definitely a good choice out of those three. Red tobacco, I feel like a friend of mine who actually gave me this beautiful box right here, which where we're talking about the Summer Vibes by Aromatics French Avenue, had a bunch of nice little five little fragrances. He had red tobacco one day and he wore it and it was straight. He had a little spray, it wasn't nothing crazy. So that being said, just based off the smell, I'd probably go Oud Vanille, but also depends on how much vanilla you have in your arsenal. If you got a load of vanilla, just we talked about with the Gentleman's Code by Reisiger, it might be a little too redundant. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I don't know if you guys have like 5, 10 different vanillas and be like, nah, bro, like all of them are like hella different, like you tripping. But I feel like when vanilla is really boosted up in the scent profile, where like it's almost a little too dominating, like it really just comes down to like the quality of the vanilla. Like for example, the Reisiger's Gentleman Code is not going to be the same type of vanilla that you're going to get with the Invictus Victory Elixir. Like I will say that, right? But it's just like a lot of vanilla and I love vanilla, don't get me wrong, but like I said, when it's a little too much in the forefront, I just like to smell other things as well. Not saying that you don't smell that here in Gentlemen's, because you definitely get like a citrusy vibe. You definitely get like some ozonic, like ambroxy muscany. I believe there's like a little bit of rum, some sweetness, so it's a really nice fragrance. I just kind of wish personally the vanilla was a little dialed back. That's just it. Have you guys actually smelled Gentleman's Code part the Gentleman's Code? Y'all let me know if y'all have for real though. That would be dope. That'd be dope. I don't have too much vanilla in my collection, but rat tobacco is great. It's warm, spicy, and the DNA is great. Nah, for sure. I don't know if you sampled either or. That just really might be a difficult decision. Personally, when I have to deal with those, which I actually have some samples that I've gotten from Misty Mountains, shout out to them, to help me make those type of decisions. I am really curious about getting this Heaven Ice. Okay, I remember smelt it at the Middle Eastern store, and it really grabbed my attention. It was supposed to be like a Killian on the rocks, which I have the obsidian, right? But it was different. It had like cognac, it had like cherry. It was going crazy. I was just like, nah, bro, this smells different and slick better. So it really has me curious. So I'm really about to smell and see what's up with that. Um, Other than that, moving along with the summer vibes, we was talking about earlier. Frostbite with a 8.5. Magnetic for me is max 8.8, 8.5. It's pretty much around there. I really like both of those just as much. Women tend to like the frostbite more. It seems like I definitely get more compliments wearing frostbite. So if you want the best complimenting one from his collection and from everything, that I would say hands down is definitely it. Okay. But we got Tease Me, which in my opinion smell like the Imagination scent profile, but slick a little bit more sexier. And it really kind of makes you be like, Marvel or Tease Me? But great, good stuff. Forbidden fruit, not bad if you like gummy bears and ambers. You gotta be an amber head to really like this one. I wear it on my shirt. As it dries down, it smells better. But at first, for me, first impressions wise, it's like a seven. Nothing super great. But the biggest sleeper here, to be honest with you guys, I'm not even gonna hold you. It's definitely gotta be this sun kissed. Okay, this sun kissed right here, slit go crazy. Look, citruses to the max, which I'm not a super citrusy person. I definitely do like, a little bit of orangey vibes. I do like a little bit of lemon, maybe a little bit of lime. I ain't got nothing against citruses like that. But sometimes kind of like vanilla, like we talked about earlier, citruses can sometimes be like a little too redundant. You like bergamot again. You're like, bro, isn't there some other citruses? So that's really why I like this fragrance, is because this has like a pomelo note, bitter orange, which the original Luna Rosa has, which I really do like in that as well, the top note. But this with some pomelo, and bro, I don't even know what else is in here, like cream soda, champagne they put in here. Just like a fizzy, citrusy pop, okay? But it's almost like you get like a nice sweet fresh muskiness undertone that really just like, man, like I really do enjoy it. Like I have to give this like at least an 8. I really do have to give this at least an 8. I really want to give it kind of a little bit more, but I'm not trying to gas it up. I'm not trying to glaze it that much, okay? But Sunkiss is definitely one that I would definitely recommend to get my nose on. My only con for it is, which, because I did show it to one of my coworkers thinking that he really would like it as much as me. He was gonna be like, "Oh snap! Like this is good. Like I really like this, the way it dries down and everything." But he was like, it was a little too citrusy for him. So I really like doing this with other people because it really helps me explain to you guys as well, like in real life, like how other people like. I like what I like. I really like this. This is like an 8 for me. This might be like a 6, 7 for him. You know, which is crazy, but definitely a little bit different, unique, which I do appreciate and do like about this fragrance. So I definitely do have to give this an 8. Out of the whole aromatics line from this little collection, from the Summer Vibes collection, I would say the number one shit for me, just because it surprised me that much, it's got to be the Sun Kissed. But you already know this Frostbite Magnetic, boom, our gas for me. I would have to go with Tease Me next, and then last but not least, Forbidden Fruit. That's gonna be my ranking and my scaling for these fragrances. But yeah, hopefully you guys like that stuff. And if you guys really like this live and everything, y'all definitely leave a love, man. Leave a like and all that good stuff. Shout out you to your boy. You know, I'm out here trying to do some good things, hopefully. When did I buy the aromatic set? My friend actually gave it to me. Bless him and his heart. We just been reconnecting. He's a local friend that we actually went to high school together. So, um, yeah, anyways, we're going to talk about some other fragrances that he brought for me that actually Quentin Bish made, which some other fragrance that I do have. So, we're actually gonna talk about that here in a little sec. Okay, for sure. And let me just make sure I got all my stuff here real quick. Oh man. But it's almost like that tease me and sun kissed vibe. I feel I'm gonna layer them and see what's up, see if I get anything. But I could see both of those because of that citrusy, tea, fresh, musky undertone, man. Good stuff. Good stuff for sure, man. I'm actually really surprised. Bet. Nah, bro, I totally get that, Diego. I totally get that. I think we actually might have talked about this earlier because I do talk about this fragrance quite a bit often. You know, I really talk about this fragrance a lot more often, really because I've had Reflection Man, and besides the quality just being better than this, just the whole Reflection Man scent profile is really tough to like. I can totally get that. I'm not a super neroli fan when it comes to white florals. And this one, I believe the whole um, Reflection Man is heavy on jasmine and neroli. And jasmine can be like a 50-50 for me. So I can totally get that. I think if I'm correct, you're not a big fan of Orange Blossom. Okay. So, that's going to be heavy on this as well. The whole YSL myself scent profile. So I totally get that. I totally get that. Forbidden Fruit, like I said, maybe my last one. I didn't, nothing bad against that. Really not a bad fragrance at all. Like I said, I feel like it's the ambers. You know, I may be wrong. You may like ambers more than me. I'm really, I'm trying to figure out as I'm smelling more and more fragrances and getting my nose expanded that amber is one of those. It's not like a beginner note. It's like one of those notes that you really unless you like really grew up with ambers and you love ambers, but like you kind of really grow up to appreciate and really see how beautiful ambers can be. And that's why I say like as ambers, in my opinion, at least the ones that I've worn, as they start to dry down, you really do see the beautifulness of it. And it really helps the fragrance last long. Like I said, I sprayed this fragrance on my shirt like a while ago and I still got like a good whiff of it. So I already know. Yep, I can still smell the little gummy bears. It's really not bad. It's really not bad. But compared to the other ones, man, I ain't gonna hold you like slick, sick, sick, sick. I like Reflection Man, but the whole twist on Magnetic wasn't it smell like why I saw myself with Prada Luna Rosa Ocean EDT. In my opinion, that's pretty much what I got because uh I have the Fragrance World one, and I smell Ocean in the office all the time. This fragrance, in my opinion, pretty much smells just like Luna Osa Ocean. Obviously, the quality is just like 5% like off, but other than that, this is probably like one of the clones that are closest to the scent profile. Really beautiful fragrance, but I really got a lot of this in here, which Fragrance World, French Avenue, little correlation perhaps. Um, and I'm very familiar with the Reflection Man because even before I got this fragrance, because I saw that it had some resemblance, I sprayed it on me, and I really remember that particular backbone scent profile. And as soon as I spray this fragrance off rip, I still do. I still do get that scent profile, but that's just me personally. I do feel like a lot of people think it's YSL myself. I don't smell it as much as the YSL myself. I mean, you do, but I feel like my nose really picks up more on that Luna Rosa Ocean and Reflection Man, for sure, for sure, for sure. But I ain't gonna hold you. The aromatics line might not be for everybody, especially if you guys are used to like high good quality and all that good stuff. I would definitely say if you're like a beginner, if you like somebody that doesn't like to spend too much on fragrances, but you want to smell like you got money, these fragrances can definitely do that job. Like I said, the Sun Kiss really did surprise me compared to a lot of citrusy fragrances that I smell out there, freshies. That's one that it's like the cream soda vibe. Something about the fizziness really just gets me like, I kind of like this. It's a little bit different than the Pacific Chill, but I guess you could say it kind of gives like a similar sort of vibe, as in like vacationy, fresh, like a drinkable almost type of scent, something among that lane. So I definitely appreciate the art in that sense. This, I don't know how much it is. Like I said, my friend gave it to me. I think I looked it up. I think it was something like a hundred something bucks, which is a little nuts for me. But I guess if you're getting five, you know, for 100, that's like what, like 20, 20 each. And these full bottles are about like 40, 50 each. Okay. So I would say if you're doing the math, if you're trying to get your bang for the buck, and I guess like in this scent profile, like talk about multiple fragrances or smell multiple fragrances and see which one you do like before you buy and commit to the full bottle before you can smell. I guess that's a good option to do for sure for 100 bucks. Pretty much the same cost as any other fragrance. But sample before you buy, in my opinion, because what if you don't like any of them? Then you really gonna be mad you spent 100 bucks. And I would hate that for anybody. So definitely sample before you buy. If you guys have any questions about any of these fragrances, definitely let me know. I can answer to the best of my abilities. I still need to wear these a little bit more. I'm definitely used to these two just because I have them in my collection and I do like them. But the forbidden fruit, I could definitely see this one growing on me for sure. This one is just like Marwai, but a little bit better. And then Sunkiss just really just kind of surprised me. But yeah, that's my quick thoughts on that collection. Bro, put me on some heat, gang. Put me on some heat. It sounds like you really get like the good pricey stuff, and you already see my niche collection looking weak, bro. Weak. So I'm gonna need you, gang. I'm gonna need you to help me put on me some good stuff, bro. You already know. Another brand or something will do the same thing. Actually, we are going to talk a little bit about that sneak peek. Shout out to my friend. But anyways, we'll get into that real quick. Stay tuned because we're gonna talk about the best fragrances that I have from Quentin Bish, or at least ones that are in my collection. But yeah, you need to check out Essential Parfums. I definitely do. They have a discovery set. I'll definitely check that out. Homie, no, 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 no. Put me on, cause I'm trying to get my own bottle. Where can I get my own bottle? This is my friend's bottle. He was kind and blessed enough to show me this bottle. So let's get into it, man. Now, thank you everybody who has been here so far. We are going to now discuss about Quentin Bish. He is a perfumer. One that if you guys haven't heard about him, you definitely may heard about him. He's definitely known for making some JPGs. Okay, he's actually got his hand on some bad boys. He has his hands on some fragrances or some lines, at least some brands that you may have heard about. So stay tuned. He actually made some fragrances for the Lolo. So let's talk about Quentin Bish. I have 6 fragrances from him. Okay, he is somebody that, in my terms of perfumers, he's definitely up there. I don't know if he's in my top 3 or top 5 up rip. I would say maybe top 5. But let's get into it. I don't know really much about him, and we could probably discuss about that. Leave a comment below if you guys want to see more, kind of like get into his life and documentary and how he got into perfumery. But let's talk about smells for now. One of the fragrances that he has made, 1 Million Royal, or at least he got his hands on, this infamous Bois Imperial by Essential Parfums, which has extreme hype. I've been trying to get my hands on it. Extremely difficult to get your hands on. It's actually kind of crazy. Or maybe I just need to keep my eyes really like every day, like make sure when it's in stock, I get my hands on it. Okay. He actually had some involvement with this fragrance. Have you guys heard or seen this fragrance? Awesome fragrance. Unless you don't like iris. Oh shit. Oh fuck. My bad, y'all. My bad. But yeah, the little dude with the buttocks, BBL, is crazy. For those who are like, bro, I'm not trying to spend that much money. I'm trying to smell good for the low. Latafa. Teriyaki Intense. Cool little bottle, man. You know, maybe y'all seen or heard of this boy. Bad boy. And he's got his hand on this one, which I haven't really had my nose on, but this bamboo stick looking dude, he's got his hand on that, and his nose on that, I'm sure. And yeah, we're gonna discuss about these real quick. So let's actually talk about Bois Imperial, okay? Good little sprayer. Like I said, this fragrance seems to be a little bit in high demand. A lot of people do a lot of hype around this fragrance. And as my friend Diego says in the comments, there's soapiness with some basil, pepper, grapefruit, and ambroxan. And I would say he pretty much nailed it there. I would say, besides reading that, when you do smell it, you get like a that nice little punchiness, which is probably ambroxan. Okay, you definitely get like a nice little herbal green action in there. Okay, nice little freshness, soapiness. I think is a better term because I guess you're so used to like lavender soap. This is definitely more like a clean air type of soap. It's crazy. And yeah, some spice, which probably would be from the pepper. And yes, I will say this: when you spray it on skin upon first application, you are gonna have to give it like a good solid minute to let it breathe. Because you can wave it around, but as soon as you get your nose on it, you are going to get a big punch, and it's not gonna be the most pleasant smell. Now, when I first got that, because as soon as you apply it, you smell quality, you smell freshness, you smell something that you're like, this smells good, clean. I don't want to say super unique, but but you're like still different. Okay, you're like still like I feel like it reminds me of something back in the day, in the '90s or something. But there's something that just really kind of, at least to me, it really just like I want to smell more. I want to smell more and more and more. And like I said, like give it a minute or something, just because I guess it is a strong fragrance. When you start smelling it, it's so smooth. The quality, the blend, everything. You're like, dang, Quentin Bish, you was in your motherfucking bag, bro. You was in the kitchen and you were whipping it up, bro. Cause man, where is that thing? Good. If you're not a big fan of green herbs, pepper, even though pepper's straight, but pepper to me can sometimes be just like I'm a little tired of it. This stuff is good. I understand the hype, and I would definitely say get your nose on it, get a sample, okay? Then keep moving on me. Definitely get a sample of the Quentin Bish Bois Imperial, because it may not be for you, but definitely a really nice, woody, clean, musky type of scent profile. Definitely one that I can enjoy and I definitely would love to get my hands on. This to me, not saying that it smells like it, but it's in the realm of, because I've also had an old friend that had the Strength and Santal, and that fragrance I remember also smelling really good, like a woody, different wood, I would say, but like a woody, musky, fresh, aquatic type of scent profile. Really nice. So if you guys like those, or maybe you've had the cheap stuff and maybe you've had some good designers, this is a good level up where you're like, okay, I'm understanding the quality, I'm understanding perfumery blend, like how even simplistic things like this can smell so elevated. And I would say performance wise, I do remember spraying it one time. Definitely pretty straight. Nothing beast mode, but it's not something. It might be something that you go nose blind to. I would say maybe like 6 sprays should be like fucking great. Should last for pretty much like 8 to 12 hours. Something like that. Longevity wise, definitely lasts like that. It definitely lasts on skin, sticks on skin like really nice. But yeah, really nice scent profile from Quentin Bish. I'll definitely give this one a. I'll give this one an 8.8 for sure. And another one that he's talked about that I have not gotten my nose on is this bamboo stick looking guy. Okay, this Kenzo Om Eau de Parfum, bro, Familia. When I tell you, you know, this wasn't brand new. My friend brought it over to me and all that good stuff. He just brought me some Quentin B stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll make a fragrance video about it. I think I got some other stuff from him. And something about taking this off and putting my nose on it, I was like, and I gotta be tripping because I'm like nothing crazy, right? In terms of like, it's not like Essential Parfums type of quality, not that pristine or crisp, you could say. But regardless, I was like, yo, there's something creamy, sexy, seductive about this fragrance. I'm like, where I was like, nah, dude, I gotta spray it. And oh, did I spray it? I put it on 2 times already because I enjoyed it that much off of first impressions. I was like, yo, I've heard about it, you know, but I was like, like I wasn't too crazy about it. I was like, bamboo stick. I was like, cool, yeah, whatever. But that top note, if I remember, literally on Fragrantica, all you're gonna see is C notes, leather, and patchouli. But man, oh man, that sweetness from that patchouli or just the woody sweetness. On the strip, you're not really getting on the leather. On my skin, you really do get the leather. And unfortunately, the dry down, I wasn't a big fan of. But that beginning, bro, like the first half of the ride, I'm telling you, bro, these C notes, I don't know what they put in this bit, but they put like some motherfucking coconut. They put like a little bit of cream in that bit. Aquatic anise, a little bit of like maybe like a little bit of green herbs, but it's just blended so well and it just smells so nice, clean, seductive. It's like it's crazy because it's like nothing crazy to me, but it's almost like not pina colada, but it's like imagine if you had like the pina colada and the little fuzz that sticks in the end or whatever, like that foam, that coconut cream foam. That's pretty much kind of how I get here. Not super suntan lotiony, but definitely lotiony, suntan lotiony. But really nice compared to 1 million parfum. I guess you could say it's like somewhere along there. They're both really good. Redundant, maybe in the lotiony sense, but who doesn't like to smell like lotion? Smell like different lotion. Uh, Really good one. Definitely surprised me. That was a solid. I'm gonna have to go with 8.2. Just cause like I said, like as it dries down and everything, the leather pops out, really sticks. Just made my skin not smell as seductive, I feel like, as the beginning. But still, really nice scent profile. 8.2, definitely one that I'm glad that I got my nose on. One, will I get the actual bottle? Probably. I can definitely guarantee that it has piqued my curiosity into the whole brand. So I'll probably just sample like a whole bunch of those, smell them out, and then see which one I end up sticking with. This is apparently one of the best ones, and it does smell pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you on that. Moving along, let's talk about this guy. Everybody knows Jean Paul Gaultier. Everybody knows about the gold one, and if you don't know about the gold one, the black one is good still to this day. Awesome sauce fragrance. Beautiful beamer of a spray. Seduction, powderiness, floral, iris, vanilla, spiciness, warmth. You get all this with a little bit of oriental vibe in the background. Ah, just lavender, okay, boost it up, bringing in that powderiness, that freshness. I wouldn't say super classy, but sophisticated, a little bit of class. Still feel like you can have a little bit of fun, okay? Just a great fragrance. I definitely see like you're on a date night, white Oxford shirt, black skinny tie, black pants, clean shoes. You out on a date wearing this, she gonna be thinking, all right, you must be in your bag, and you better be in your bag. You better be locked in. Because if you gonna walk the walk, you better talk the talk. Great stuff, great stuff. Definitely an 8. One, after I smell it and have a whole bunch of fragrances, is definitely in one of my top black fragrances for sure. One that unfortunately I don't wear as much, but still, even when I get my nose on it, awesome fragrance. I have it for a reason. All reliable for certain situations like date nights, just anytime, anywhere. I'm trying to smell sexy, I'm trying to seduce. That's one that I'm thinking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then moving along, another one that really be slick dropping some panties. One that really be having these girls bing, 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 ba bam, boom. This 1 million Royal. Might not be for everybody, okay? This one is a little bit not super piercing, but I've had a coworker who bought it. He really did like the fragrance. I think I gave him a sample and everything, and he enjoyed it. But when he actually bought and got the fragrance, and he wore it himself, it was too much. It just pierced his nose, too strong for him, where he just had to let it go, like Frozen. Let it go, let it go, and that sucks because this is really a nice fragrance. Cedarwood, if I remember, beautiful soapy, cream, fresh, crisp lavender, and I believe some beautiful benzoin, bringing in a little bit of vanillic ambery vibe. Bro, this one, when I wear it, my girl, again, damn near goes feral. She loves that fragrance. I've heard stories of her going to work, some girl complimenting this dude on his smell. She was like, that's kind of smells like 1 million Royal. Asked the dude what his smell was. He was trying to gatekeep. She was like, what kind of smells like 1 million Royal? And he was like, bah! So that's kind of pretty much how it went down. So 1 million Royal is definitely one seductive fragrance, great date night fragrance, anytime, anywhere type of fragrance, in my opinion. You just got to be a little bit mindful of the sprays. Definitely a pretty damn near beast mode type of fragrance. I wouldn't say beast mode, but like right under there, it's definitely a pretty strong fragrance. Great performer if you're looking into that kind of stuff. Fragrance, as strong as it is, it's not super crazy off appealing, like I want to say. But it is one, like I said, to some people it just might be a little too strong, so just be mindful of that. Okay. But yes, moving along. Let's go with this more affordable one right here. Okay. This Teriyaki Intense by Latafa. I actually remember getting my nose on this at the Middle Eastern store. And I remember off of first impressions, I was not really impressed. I was like, it's a little too ambery. I'm not a big fan of those type of ambers. It was a little too rich for me. But man, did I have to double take, because when he brought this, I guess it's a little bit more macerated. I don't know what it is, but gas. I remember when this first got the hype, it was something about like plum liqueur. You definitely get some vanilla. I want to say some heavy ambers. The ambers here actually kind of pissed me off because I'm like, it really reminds me of something I either had or I have in my collection. I'm not sure if it's Camera or if it's some other ambery fragrance that I have, which I kind of feel maybe even like a little bit of obsidian ambers, you know. But man, just good stuff. It might be like myrrh or something. I'm not sure. I ain't no expert in none of this stuff, but you definitely do get like a sweet fruitiness, a little tinge of booziness. I want to say more of like some weak ass alcohol, like amaretto type shit. You know what I mean? Like liqueur. Yeah, I guess that's a good one because liqueur is usually a weak, like 12, 15% alcohol, I think. I'm not sure. But I know it's weak. So yeah, a little tinge of booze, sweetness, amberiness, vanilla, probably a little tinge of citrus on the top. But pretty nice fragrance, definitely compared to a lot of ambery fragrances that I have. Definitely one that piqued my interest again. I'm like, okay, good. And I feel like this one's definitely a strong performer as well. I believe I sprayed it one time on my arm and I got the faintest whiff when I smelt it on my skin the next day, but you could tell that it still wanted to be present there. So definitely not bad performing fragrance for sure off of first impressions. And last but not least, okay, thank you guys for holding this long. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys like this type of stuff. But we're gonna finish with this bad boy by Carolina Herrera. This big old thing right here. Fuck it. Big old thing. I ain't gonna use all of it. Cocoa pepper. Tonka? Tonka bean. Tonka. How you gonna forget the Tonka? Always there with the vanilla as well. That's pretty much what I get here. I believe there's some clary sage, so you do get like some freshness, a little tinge of some soapy vibe. This is a fragrance that might be a little outdated to a lot of people. One to still to this day may and still works. It just got a nice, sexy, dark, masculine, seductive vibe. Not super old and mature, but it's like right in the middle. It's like 25-year old, you know? It's like you could be a young buck and it makes you feel like you got your shit more collected. And if you're like an older person, like in your 30s, this makes you feel like you still masculine and everything, but you still got like a playful edge to you. But good stuff. Quentin Bish at the end of the story for these fragrances, guys, is that this man definitely knows what he's doing. He's got his hands on some good projects. He's got some hands on some great fragrances. A lot of these fragrances, if not all these fragrances, because I'm definitely looking at least almost all of them, you know, I would say except for Bois Imperial. But I've heard compliments from other people that women have gone fur off of this too. I haven't really heard anything from Intense, but I could definitely see that too. I mean, all these fragrances are absolutely bangers. This bad boy, even though it's old, even sprayed all that in the air, I'm like, dang, that shit still smell like gas. Laundry detergent with a little bit of spice still smells good, seductive, clean. It just works. Got that cocoa vibe, adding a little bit of chocolatiness, a little bit of gourmandiness in there. Bro, Quentin Bish knows what he's doing, and it looks like he be in the kitchen, in the lab, doing his thing. So shout out to him. Shout out to these fragrances. If you guys like this video, definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's Quentin Bish for you. What other Quentin Bish fragrances do you guys know about, or that you probably have in your collection that you guys want to talk about? Definitely let us know, for sure. But okay then. Yeah, the Bois Imperial for sure, bro. First spray, that thing hit me straight in my face. Straight spicy green. I was like, ooh, I like it. There's something there that I like, but it's a little too much. Hold on. That's why I say you gotta give it a minute, let it settle down, and then you really see where the hype is for the Bois Imperial. You're like, okay, okay, this ain't just no regular wood clean. This is clean. Compared to my Dior on 2020, I don't want to even talk about that. I'm gonna have to test it and whatnot. But I will have to say that this damn fragrance for the price and everything is really damn good. It's like in that lane. This one I think is a little bit more ambrier for sure, but like it's just clean woods, muskiness, sexiness, a sort of class upscaliness. Awesome sauce. Not a fan of any of the 1 million fragrances. Uh, let me know, bro, just to get to know you a little bit more. What's like your, I don't know, I guess maybe like two type of scent profiles that you like the most? Like woody spicy? Do you like fruity fresh? Do you like woody floral musk? Do you like oriental vanillas, like more like ambery vibes? I'm very curious because different strokes for different folks. I definitely like my sweet fragrances. I would agree that I'm not a super fan of super fruit fragrances, but I do definitely can enjoy them like I do with my Azure Royale, super sweet candied pear fragrance that smells like blue talisman. You know what I mean? Up in that lane, Collage Island. So, I can appreciate them, especially when I'm trying to be a little playful, around the ladies. But other than that, for sure, I definitely like me personally, for y'all out there, me personally, when I was growing up, woody aromatic and woody spicy were my easy smelling go to. Those were the ones that I seemed to enjoy the most. As my nose started developing, woody floral musk I liked more as well. I'm definitely starting to like my ambers, like I said. Um, but I definitely like classy, masculine, dark, seductive sort of fragrances, date night sort of fragrances, black bottle type of fragrances. That's kind of what I've peeped and I learned about myself. Give me a sec, y'all. Let me get some water real quick. All right, y'all. Let's see. 1 million oud. I still haven't gotten my nose on that, but I need to. Quentin Bish made some stuff for Mason Crivelli fragrances too, and Marc Antoine Barrios. Ooh, got a peep on that. Those are big names as well. Very known people as well. At least I know I've heard of them. Marc Antoine Barrios, I believe the Ganymede. Or am I tripping? But yeah, Oud and Rose. Oud and Rose fire. I definitely gotta get my nose, I feel like, on some more Oud and Rose. I don't think I really have any in my fragrance collection. Supremacy and Oud, I think, is like the more oodiest one that I have. I do have This one that I've had a friend, shout out to him for bringing me straight from Jordan. Okay, this one's definitely got like a nice heavy Oriental vibe, pretty nice and unique for sure. Uh, Hibiscus Mahajat. Okay, I don't know if I pronounced that right. I hope so. But yeah, I'm an Oriental fragrance. I'm all about the warm spice resins and ouds. Bro, you're definitely gonna have to put me on for sure. Cause like as I said, as my nose develops and I'm really appreciating these ambers, I'm gonna be ready for that stuff for sure. As a beginner, I don't know, but maybe you can let us know of like probably the most mass appealing oud rose one that you could definitely say that anybody who wants to entry level uh get their nose on something like that, that'd be awesome for sure. Hibiscus Mahaja definitely seems to be one of them for sure. So appreciate you, Diego, for that. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, I'd definitely be glad to answer any of them. But unfortunately, I'm gonna probably have to go unless you guys have anything else you guys want me to talk about. I definitely have to drop some more videos. I'm definitely gonna drop some more videos. I didn't even record any of this live, unfortunately, so I'm not even gonna be able to re-drop any of this. So that being said, I'm probably gonna have to remake and re-drop these videos for the long format. But yeah, I got a lot of work to do, man. Appreciate you guys nonetheless for hopping in and showing some love, man. Shout out to Diego and everybody who popped in the chat for sure. We had Johnny RG4 as well. Shout out to him. Sweet fragrances are a big to me. It's got to be done right. Facts. And that pretty much just comes to every fragrance and to everybody's nose. You know, everybody's nose may not like something like oud, for example, but when done correctly for your nose, might be gas. For me, tea seems to be a note. It just reminds me of tea every time I smell it. But when you make it in a way like sun kissed, like it did and tease me in the imagination scent profile, when you make it in a certain way and blend it right, really can come out to something really nice and unique for sure. Yeah, I can totally get that. The tonka bean in a lot of these fragrances, especially like this one, is probably gonna be a little too much for sure. Because that tonka bean and that designer, you could definitely pick it up. It's like a vanilla powdery, but it's kind of weird. It's like you almost get like a little something like nutty or something from it. Craziness. But yeah, that's tonka bean. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys for hopping in on the live for sure. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys like this type of stuff. My name is Johnny Sense, man. I'm gonna have to catch y'all on the next one. I'm gonna drop a video hopefully right now before it gets too late. But yeah, appreciate it, y'all. Peace. But Diego, I got you, bro. But I like Arabian's Tonka, that Tonka being done right. I still haven't smelled that one. I gotta get my nose on that. I gotta get my nose on that. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna have to be here in the lab and I'm gonna have to motherfucking cook. So, more videos dropping soon. Oh man, Quentin Bish, man, he was in his bag. Like that teriyaki intense. I'm a sucker for plum. I do like that fruity plum. Oh, with that Bois Imperial. Mm, that Kenzo. Dude, I'm liking the Kenzo almost more than the LeBeau, than this one. It's crazy. But the dry down of this one definitely gotta be better. And the Royal. Dang, dude, a lot of these are really are really not that bad. I'm not gonna lie. But to each their own. Definitely know which. Let me know which one you guys like the most if you guys have smelled any of them. And hopefully you guys like the video. More video ideas to come. I'ma definitely. I'ma definitely. What should I do? Either a versus or probably like a blind smell. I'm gonna definitely drop this beach video. more projects coming for sure, man. More projects coming for you. Diego, man, appreciate you, man. It has been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. I need to lock in on these lives. I'm really trying to drop daily. I'm really trying to drop these videos. That's why, unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna leave a little bit earlier. I'm gonna definitely want to be live more, stick live more often. But I'm also trying to cook, and I gotta make this long form, and I'm trying to drop shorts a little bit more too. So appreciate y'all's patience in the process. And yeah, if you guys are ever curious about this kind of stuff too, I'm learning it so we can do it together. Shout out to the Fragrance Familia. Peace out, y'all.